Back with the blue collar worker again. I thought I'd remind us of the way things used to be, and this isn't meant to be a generational thing, but it sort of is. Some people call it the Gen X. I would call it lost wisdom. So, how shall I put this? Okay, so back when we were kids, health and safety was largely a rumour. You scraped a knee, rubbed some dirt on it, fell off your bike, get back on it, fell off it again. Well, I think that's what they call thinning the herd. But anyway, yeah, we drank from the garden hose and nobody knew what was in that. To be honest, nobody cared. Half the street smoked, the other half fixed cars. And a lot of them did both. And drove with all of us in the cars, with the windows up, no seat belts. Somehow we survived. Because civilization staggered onwards. We weren't supervised, we were released, we were feral. From 9 in the morning with 50 pence, a packet of crisps, a chocolate bar, and a vague instruction to be home before dark. And I hope the chocolate bar hadn't melted in your pocket in the process. But that was a safeguarding policy. Because half of us didn't even have a watch, we couldn't tell the time. So we got told when the streetlights came on, it's countdown, run for your life to get home. If you climbed a tree and fell out, your dad didn't rush over asking about your feelings. He looked down and said, well, that was a stupid bloody thing to do, wasn't it? Don't do that again. A lesson was learned. Probably. Or, remember thinning the herd? We did have a mental health professional back in the day. It was called Grandad for the boys, Grandma for the girls, and she was a tomboy. But mind you, his treatment plan, it consisted of get on with it, put the kettle on, occasionally stop moaning. Now, if that didn't work where Grandad was concerned, and you were still snivelling and Dad found you, yeah, I believe that's when the phrase, you better stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Make that make sense. Now when you look back, what on earth? But anyway, I digress. And somehow every family had a bloke. You know the bloke. He could fix anything. A washing machine, a carburettor, a fence, a marriage. More than once. And somehow he did it with the same tools. He kept in his car all the time. I don't know how. I really don't. Nobody had life coaches. We had neighbours who could also clip you around the ear when they felt it was necessary. And then they'd tell your mum they did it afterwards. Nobody had influencers. We had characters. Nobody had content creators. We had bloke in the pub who'd seen everything twice and survived most of it. Now, when I say survived most of it, it's checking that all of him survived it. Check how many fingers he's got. Legs. I think you get what I mean. Now, before anyone wants to start, no, it was not perfect. Some of it was daft. Usually me. Some of it was dangerous. Usually me. Some of it would give a modern risk assessor heart palpitations. That was definitely me. But here's the thing. People don't miss the scraped knees. They don't miss the dodgy playgrounds. Oh my God, the dodgy playgrounds. Oh my God. Does anybody remember the big slide? Made of sheet steel. And in June, trying to slide down it. Won't even go there. And you remember, you used to get those odd idiot kids who, instead of climbing up the steps, they would actually use the X-frame underneath to climb up, and then climb over the top. So they turn it into a climbing frame first. That was me. But don't get me wrong, we certainly didn't miss the asbestos, lead paint, and don't even ask about the sausages. Now, what did we miss? It's weird. It's to say it's the assumption. It's actually the assumption that life would sometimes knock you over, which we certainly know now, but you could actually get back up. You were expected to cope. You were expected to adapt. You were expected to learn. You were expected to become useful. I'm starting to sound like a Marine here. Anyway, this isn't because anybody hated us. It's because there was this underlying belief at all times that we could do it. All of us. Except for those kids that kept falling off their bikes, out of trees. They usually ended up in the lower class section at school. I'm wondering if it's related. Anyway, they did. They believed we could do it. Maybe. Just maybe. Hidden underneath all that glorious chaos, there was a little practical wisdom. A little practical wisdom worth keeping anyway. It wasn't the dirt, it wasn't the danger, not the madness for some, but more importantly, it was the quiet belief that ordinary people are tougher than they think. Stop listening to me now. Go put the kettle on. You got things to do.